So the collaborative part of working together in a group on a song, it was interesting actually to watch people kind of forget their inhibitions and just work with one another, and the joy actually, even though they were dealing with many times hurts, even hurts that they had that day, even struggling with even physical hurt and pain because of their PTSD, it's like it began to fall away, and there was this collaborative appreciation for one another that rose up that honestly I haven't experienced in a long time, and it's just been really special over the full 10 weeks to watch not only the encouragement of one another, but and kind of linking arms together and saying, come on, I got you. I saw people smile after being very solemn when they came in because of the atmosphere changed. Their whole demeanor started changing simply because of the creative process and the collaboration together to make that happen.
The group song was interesting. I've never done anything like that in a co-writing session.
We did a process of going through a magazine and pulling out key words, and we ended up, all of us as a group, making it one song.
It was just random words and phrases cut out of magazines.
That was kind of cool, how we all worked together even though we really didn't try.
It almost was organic.
Everybody just sort of started pulling together the similar phrases and words.
Surprisingly to me was little pieces of all of that song coming together. We all were kind of almost like had some of the same, like, I don't know how to say, idea, like feeling or thought, like, you know, about traveling and the past and, you know, meeting people and these connections, just like we're doing here, you know, for me, walking in the room and meeting everybody for the first time, and how that came together as all these friendships developed from it. And then we got to do this group thing, which is so cool. And then everybody had all these different ideas, and, you know, we're just all brainstorming.
Where I saw a porch.
Tony came up with this thought about a stagecoach ride back 150 years ago and how long it took to get from Knoxville to Huntsville. And then we started talking about the way it was back then.
Ron saw a picket fence driving by, and I saw an old lady on a porch, and Cindy's line to smile again.
How some strangers became friends, and then she told the story about the stagecoach.
Putting these verses in and writing stuff down on paper.
It really came together.
For me, I was like a little kid in the candy store, like, wow, this is so cool. Like, this is how you do it, you know? As before, I'm the guy playing air guitar at a concert, you know, watching the stage, wondering what that's like. How does that all come together? And to be a part of it, you know, was pretty special.
Then we got the music put to it.
Tony came in one day, just said, I had a family member who used to play harmonica. I've always thought it'd be cool to learn to play harmonica. I understand you play. And I went, sure, dude, you want to learn to play? I'll teach you to play. And before we left that day, he had placed an order for a suggested harmonica on Amazon. Before the session happened that week, he already had it and had started learning to express himself with a whole different instrument. Those are the kind of cross-collaborative things that started happening, and just finding out, you know, things that people had in the back of their minds that they've always wanted to try or experience, but had never had the courage or encouragement of someone to say, come on, we can help you do that. Hearing him play on our group song is just amazing after just a few weeks. how he picked it up. It's gratifying to me to see somebody pick up music in a new way in their life.
I could have never done it as an individual. I could have never come up with such an epic story and then have it have such a meaningful point, which it does.
The story that developed was one about how we've all experienced our culture causing us to draw in and not interact with other people and be right here all the time and be right across from someone in a public place that you don't even look up and notice. I think we all were sort of convicted that we've allowed ourselves to do that and continue to do that. There was kind of a resolve in telling the story of, you know what, we need to change that about us. You know, we need to not just be so absorbed in our own problems or our own hurts that we don't acknowledge someone that's there and take the opportunity to find out about who they are. And actually, by doing that, we find ourselves healed from our hurts and coming out of our own seclusion to have some really significant relationships. I think the relationships that were built in this session and in doing the group song and the just kind of collective admiration of one another that developed has built some relationships that will go on way beyond our program sessions.
It was like, wow, you know, here we are. We created this story, which probably happened somewhere, sometime. And it's all because of God creating us to be at that moment here, to pull those words out and put them together.
And the song really serves as a reminder to be open, you know, to be like the gate that the speaker goes through to meet with the old lady who was lonely, and he was lonely too. They recognize that in each other. And it's just a reminder to be open to others in your sphere, you know, to share life with others in your sphere.
You know, it just kind of made me think even deeper. We all cross paths for a reason.
We're all walking each other home. It's
Yeah.
like we run into the right people in our lives to help us get where we're going.
through, yeah.
You know?
You know, when I was in the Navy and I remember going to this school, and it was a physically hard school. I was just a tall, skinny kid with not a whole lot of muscle, and they're like, hey, you're gonna run on this obstacle course and you got 3 tries to pass it. And I remember I ran through the tires and I hit this big wall and I climbed up the rope, and because I'm like, oh, this is cool. I saw this on TV, you know? And then there was this like 8-foot wall in front of me, and you got to grab and pull yourself over. And I hit that wall like a cartoon character, pow. And I'm like, oh my God, and these Marines, man, they're just jumping over it like rabbits, you know? They're in really good shape, you know? And I failed that day. I failed the evolution that day, and I thought, man, I can't fail that. So I came back out that night and there's nobody out there. And I just kept jumping up and down on that wall, jumping and jumping. And I'm like, there's gotta be a way for me to get over this wall. And I finally figured out, oh, if I can get my elbow up here, I can get some leverage, I can get my leg over, and I did that, right? And later on in life, little did I know that would become my 8-foot wall story. Somewhere in life, you're gonna hit a wall, and you gotta figure out how to get over that wall. Somehow, some way, because there's people that love you, there's people that depend on you, and it's things like these evolutions that opportunities that come your way that if you can take advantage of them, you might be stuck. And that's all you need is a little push from your friends and push yourself. And that might just be all you need to get unstuck. And it certainly did that to me, because I was in a place where it's like a roller coaster ride, you know, there's peaks and valleys, it's life, right? And you don't have to be a veteran to have those experiences. That we all experience something in life, you know, it's hard for us, and we got to find a way through. But just knowing you got some friends that are there for you and people that count on you, that'll just reach out. That's all you got to do, is reach out.